In this next lesson, we're going to take a look at how to generate a reversing journal entry within X3. So to start, we're going to go to our Financials menu, then to Journals, then onto Journal Entry. We'll go ahead and choose our one-page entry transaction. Then we'll come over onto the right-hand side and click on the New button. We'll specify our financial site. We'll specify an entry type of the GENAJ for general adjustment. Next, we'll define the date that we want the original journal entry to book. Our journal code will default in from our document type. Our category we'll go ahead and set to actual, generating the journal with a temporary status, giving us the opportunity to make adjustments to this journal if need be at a later point. Over here in my reference field, I'm going to put a description for my journal. Then here in the reversing field, I'm going to go ahead and set this to yes and define the date in which I want the reversal to take place. One rule as it relates to the reversing date, it has to fall within a subsequent accounting period to the date of the original entry. It can't be booked, the reversal can't be booked in the same accounting period. I'll specify next the description that I want to show up on my GL detail lines. Down in the line items of the journal, we're going to go ahead and tunnel down and grab our payroll. Maybe let's do a salaries account. We'll book a debit of $15,000 there. If there's any analytical dimensions that you wish to have captured, you can go ahead and define them as such. And we'll go ahead and book our offset now to our accrual account. For the same amount of money. And then we'll go ahead and click on the Create button. Now, one thing that you should note within X3 when you set up a reversing journal entry is that the reversing entry does not automatically book in the system, but rather you have to, as part of your month-end process, go and run a reversing routine. So to do that, let's go ahead and close page out of here. And still under our financial menus, under current processing, we're going to come over to reversals. Okay. And we'll do this for all companies, all doc types. I could go ahead and flag this for all users. Down here in the date range, I'm going to go ahead and set this for reversals to take place in November's accounting period. And for my generation type, I always like to have the debit credit option set down here. Basically, the reversing entry will flip-flop the accounts that you have your debit and credit activity going to, as opposed to reversing the signs of the charge. Okay. With all these settings in place, I'll come over and click on OK. And this will go ahead and give me a log file indicating to me that journal entry number 3 has been generated in the system to reverse journal entry number 2. We can go ahead and close page here and go back to our journal entry, back to our one-page entry transaction. Okay, there's our original journal entry right here. It's now flagged as being reversed. And come in and pull up the journal entry number 3. Here in my default description field, I have an indication here of the journal entry that it did reverse. And as you can see down here in my detail lines, the debit and credit activity have now been transposed. Okay. So that's one way by which you can generate a reversing entry in the system. Now another way that you can accomplish that, let me go ahead and create a new entry here. And on this one, I'm just going to flag it as no there. So this latter way might be used in instances where maybe you initially book a journal entry and you don't initially have intentions of reversing it, but maybe you come to the realization that the entry was booked by mistake and you just wish to reverse the activity. Another way that we can go about it on this journal entry number 4, over here under my Zooms menu, I'm going to come down to reversal. Okay, the description indicating that journal entry number 4 is going to be reversed. Then here, I can go ahead and specify my reversing date. Now in this case, under this methodology, I'm at liberty to reverse it on the same day. Go ahead and say OK. And that in part generated journal entry number 5, which reversed my journal entry number 4. And those are all the principles and methods within X3 to generate reversing entries.